Mbappe, Kylian Mbubis, Kylian PayPal, Kylian Bitcoin, whatever you like to call him, I'm here to expose him for the fraud he is. But first of all, I need to blame everything on my club, Nasser Khalifi, the Emir of Qatar, and the QSI operation. Because the reason Kylian Mbappe extended at this club, as we know at the moment, is because of money and power. We gave him a good amount of money and a lot of power to stay at Paris Saint-Germain. That was the reason he rejected Real Madrid for 2 years. He didn't reject Real Madrid. He just rejected Real Madrid for 2 years for this experiment here at Paris Saint-Germain. When he extended, I thought it was, you know what, he wants to accomplish that Champions League. And I think that's one of the reasons he stayed at Paris Saint-Germain. But it was not one of the top 3 priorities for staying at Paris Saint-Germain. So everyone was fooled by that. Because now we're hearing that Kylian Mbappe is receiving 60 million loyalty bonus per season. That's on top of his wages, which is I don't know, 100 million or something per year. Absolutely madness, absolutely crazy. So all of the blame goes to the club. All of the blame goes to the club because our club was stupid enough either to accept this offer or to give this offer to Kylian Mbappe. It is absolutely disgusting. But now let me jump over to Kylian Mbappe because Kylian Mbappe has, like a feature, manipulated the situation, manipulated especially the French Paris Saint-Germain fans, because it's most of them who have been matrixed by the turtle. What Kylian Mbappe has done is that argument, him staying at Paris Saint-Germain for the love of the club and wanting to win the Champions League, it's because he's French, he wants to accomplish what only one team in France has done only once, which is winning the Champions League. He has abused that title beautifully. Mbappe is smart. From his perspective, he's so smart because he's manipulated everybody to believe what he's saying. So Mbappe can literally do whatever he wants and no one will ever say anything negative about him. Why? Because he's the supposed golden boy of this club. He's the player that loves this club the most. Crazy. It sounds crazy, but it's sadly true. Kylian Mbappe, the first example is when it didn't go well in the beginning of the season for Kylian Mbappe individually. There was a period, I think he went 4 or 5 games without a goal contribution. He puts out on his Instagram, #PivotGang, and then removes it. But every celebrity, especially as famous as Kylian Mbappe, should know that removing a story after even 1 second doesn't matter. It's out. And it's always going to be there on the internet. It's always going to be found. I myself even made a video about that, complaining at Mbappe's childish behavior. Because posting that Pivot Gang stuff, Mbappe wanted to say, oh, I want a striker besides me. A bit later after that, he played with the French national team alongside Giroud as the striker, as the target man, as the number 9, which is pivot in French. After the game, he came out and said, this is why I would like to play that. I would like to play alongside a striker. But, so everybody, the people that matrix by Kylian Mbappe took that as, oh, Paris Saint-Germain are not treating Mbappe well enough. They're not giving him the number 9 he wants. But first of all, I know that he's just tricking the fan base. Why? Because Kylian Mbappe has balled without a striker. Hat-trick versus Barca? Without. Goals versus the Real Madrid last season in the Champions League? Without. He was a top scorer in the Champions League without a striker. He was the top goal scorer in the World Cup mostly without a striker. Most of his goals came when Giroud was not even in the field. Against Poland, for example. Or against Argentina in the final. Kylian Mbappe only used it as an excuse. Kylian Mbappe can play well with or without. I'm not saying it doesn't improve the situation. Totally no. But him coming out and saying that, when that isn't the issue, when him individually is the issue, that is the big problem. It's putting the blame on Campos and the club, but nothing on himself. And now comes the big bang. The beautiful situation. The biggest problem I have with Kylian Mbappe. Bayern game comes up. After the first leg, they ask Mbappe, who's the favorite? Kylian Mbappe answers Paris Saint-Germain. I love that. I want my players to be confident. I want my players to answer like that in interviews, showing that we're confident. We're the A side. It's 1-0, but we're still the A side. And then a bit after, he broke, as we all know, the top goal scorer for Paris Saint-Germain in its history, 201 goals in the last minute against Nantes at the Parc des Princes. And after that, before the Bayern game, he said, I will get my 202nd and 203rd goal. Very confident. Very confident. I love it, Kylian Mbappe. Bayern game comes up, drops one of the biggest stinkers I've seen. No intensity, no energy, didn't bother dropping back, getting the ball, was just staying up, didn't do anything the entire game. Then, in the interview after the game, and he was captain, by the way, for pretty much 60 minutes when Marquinhos went off the pitch. And what does he say in the interview after the game? Does he say, we should have done better? Does he say it's disappointing to lose? Does he say, as every leader should say, because he's the image of this club, he has the highest wage, he has the most power, he had the captain armband for the majority of the game. And what does he come out and say? Does he come out and say, I should have done better? I blame myself. My performance was not good enough. Nothing. Nothing. Didn't talk about his individual performance. Rather, he wanted to talk about everybody else. Trying to tell everybody else how to do their job. Luis Campos didn't get a strong 11. Our squad was not good enough to win the Champions League, but Bayern was. Alright. Blaming on Campos. And that we did our maximum, showing there is no confidence on the quality on the field. Did Messi do his best? No. Did Verratti do his best? No. Did Nuno do his best? No. Did Hakim? Maybe the center backs. I mean, I wasn't mad about them in the game, and including Donnarumma. But the rest of the players did not do their best. Vitinha could have taken that chance and scored. There were some small chances for you and Messi. You could have scored. So coming out to saying we did our maximum, it's just embarrassing. It's disgusting, Kylian Mbappe. It's absolutely disgusting. Because what you're doing here is, again, putting all the blame on everybody else apart from yourself. You talked in 2019 at the UNFP Gala, I want more responsibility at this club. But responsibility and accountability are together. So after the game, you are accountable for the defeat. Not the entire defeat. Not that, oh, if Mbappe played better with a... No, but you're part of the team. You're the most crucial part of this team. And not putting any criticism or blame on yourself is just completely embarrassing, Kylian Mbappe. It's completely embarrassing. You've done this so many times now. And then, again, drops again one of the biggest, even a bigger stinker against Rennes. Goes to the French national team, starts talking smack about Paris Saint-Germain. Starts talking smack, saying, oh, he feels happy I'm in a good team. Wow. Is that how you're treating the club? Disgusting. What does he do after the second game? After that, before the Olympique Lyonnais game, goes to the Ultras who are celebrating their 15-year anniversary, goes there, says a lot of political, matrixes the mass, turns on a flare, says the stuff on a camera phone, and then drops again a 0 out of 10 stinker. It's funny. I'm not fooled by Mbappe's game because I'm familiar with it. I've seen it too many times now. And Mbappe, I've lost all respect for you. All respect. Before the Bayern game, you were confident. Everything. And after the game, instead of saying, well, didn't go my way, I'm disappointed in myself, I could have done better, I should have done better. No, none of that. So before the game, he's confident. After the game, nothing. Nothing. But as I said in the beginning of the video, all the blame goes to my stupid club for being so desperate and insecure. I'm talking to you, Nasser, to keeping Kylian Mbappe at this club. Hopefully now everybody has understood the Kylian Mbappe situation. He's a player that has done so many great stuff for this club. Top goal scorer. But that does not excuse him from doing all of this. If he pisses on a PSG shirt, is that okay? No. If he smacks, I don't know, the manager or something, is that okay? No. Just because he's done so many stuff for the club does not excuse him for any critique or even slander. So to every Paris Saint-Germain fan, please, don't be fooled and don't be matrixed by Kylian Mbappe's 5D chess theater. Alright? That was it, Paris Saint-Germain family. Hopefully I've explained why Kylian Mbappe is a disgusting rat. But the club is even more disgusting. Hopefully if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button as usual. Make sure to subscribe. And as usual, allez, allez. Allez, Paris.